Hey everyone, I have October's comic Bento here. So the theme for this month is masks. Now, I dig the idea that they try to cultivate a selection of comics based on a theme, but at the same time, this one, along with last month's, guys that fight or guys that punch things, masks doesn't really seem like a very difficult stretch to find some comic books, presumably about people who wear masks. But anyway, let's check out what came in the box. Alright, now to start off with, we have Captain Marvel, Higher, Further, Faster, More. I'm really excited about this for a number of reasons. First of all, obviously we have a Captain Marvel movie on the slate for the MCU. Still many years out, but at least it's on there. So we are getting a female superhero headlining her own movie. And my wife's excited about it too, because apart from Black Widow, there's not really a whole lot of female representation in the MCU. We're pretty excited for Jessica Jones later on this month. But, I tell her about Carol Danvers, and I'm like, oh, she's pretty cool. I've read some of her stuff, but I don't actually own any of her comics. So now I do. Now I have, now not only will I read this, but I'm sure my wife will read this, and it'll kind of get her pumped for the movie coming out. So I dig that. I'm really happy that that's in there. Next up, we have a Green Hornet trade. Now, we did receive a Green Hornet trade like 3 boxes back, I think, maybe 3 or 4 boxes back. It was the Kevin Smith wrote that one based on a script for the movie he maybe possibly was going to write one day, and then it never happened, etc. Anyway, they turned it into a comic book, and it was actually pretty good. And I'm glad that one came first, because it kind of got me more interested in the character of Green Hornet, which ups my excitement for this one, as opposed to if it had been vice versa, I might have been like, whatever. But who knows, because the artwork is actually pretty good, and that alone might have been enough to draw me in. We have a Harbinger trade, Omega Rising, Volume 1. Again, I credit Comic Bento with actually drawing me back into Valiant, because again, I haven't checked out any Valiant comics. I had some when I was a teenager, but in that whole gap from then until now, I had paid them no attention until I started receiving them through Comic Bento, and I found them to actually be pretty enjoyable. So yeah, Comic Bento has kind of served as the gateway drug for Valiant for me, and then continues to offer up new trades to read. And finally, we have Volume 1 of the Dark Horse series Orchid. Now, at first I didn't recognize this. I thought it was something I'd never heard of, but I had heard of it, and I remembered when I saw that Tom Morello's name was on the cover there. Now, most people are going to associate Tom Morello with Rage Against the Machine, and that is actually the one and the same. He did write this. I remember reading that he was writing a comic. I never read it myself, but I am actually very interested in checking it out. At any rate, though, this looks like a really cool book. The art is incredible. It's got this wonderful stylized aesthetic with like muted colors. It's fantastic. So really, overall, a great comic Bento this month. I have zero complaints about what they gave us. So all jokes about the theme aside, a lot of value, for the cover price here. As always, you can check out your own comic Bento using the link in the description. I also want to just throw out that they did start a board game Bento, which is basically like the same random subscription service, but you'll get tabletop games instead. I haven't tried that one myself. I'm considering it, but if comics aren't your thing, take a look at that one at least. And thank you for watching.